Since y'all cut my live feeds, I'm going to go ahead and cut to the chase. All right. That's the Constitution. Constitution says Congress shall make no laws respecting the establishment of religion, prohibiting the freedom of exercise, therefore forbidding the right of freedom of speech. I'm doing a documentary in a movie. That's a freedom of speech. I own the business. It's a right to property. That's the Bill of Rights. And this is the Bill of Rights shows who got my information. That's the Department of Justice. All right. This is open for the public, for the voters. It shows you the role that the media plays because the media had this information before they locked me up. You knowingly participated in a fraud. I can't go into a movie theater and holler fire and there's no fire. I go to jail for that. Scott Schellenberger hollered bombs. Scott Schellenberger hired terrorism. Scott Schellenberger called me a terrorist. And all I did is put out a toilet to expose your corruption. I was potty training politicians, showing them black votes need to be respected. So we're going through the Bill of Rights, and we asked the Department of Justice to have a full investigation in the Baltimore County courts, the office of Scott Schellenberger, the judges, Judge Souter, Judge Turnbull, Judge Papaya, Judge Janae. All right. We want those judges, courts, and Scott Schellenberger audited by the Department of Justice. I'm going to show the racism in the courts under the Constitution. And these are the public officials that got the same information and the same requests. Governor Hogan, Mayor Pugh, Michael Nearham, State's Attorney in Lake County, Illinois. Because I'm going to show you about Dred Scott. Blacks have no rights in what white America respects. And you do it through your courts because your court is the key to our incarceration. That's Judge Cox. Because I asked for a grand jury. I want to testify in front of the grand jury to expose the courts, the criminality in the courts. I'm going to hold the courts accountable. That's the director of the IRS. Because in Baltimore City and Baltimore County, it's racketeering. You set up your courts just like they did in Chicago with Operation Greylord. You set up your courts to steal money from the black community and people in general through fees, fines, and you deny us access to the courts because we got to use a public defender because we can't afford a lawyer. So we're going to audit that. We're going to audit the cases with public defenders versus the cases with lawyers. We're going to go with Judge Turnbull's son's law firm, Turnbull. We're going to go with Bobby Zirkin's law firm. And we're going to show you how you got access to the court and the play-to-play politics in Maryland. I'm going to name your judges. I'm going to name your lawyers. And I'm going to give it to the Department of Justice and the IRS. I want a full federal investigation. Straight into Judge Turnbull's operation because the courts is the corruption. That's the money in the courts. We traded the penitentiary for the plantation, cotton for cocaine, and we steal the cash crop. And we're going to settle this year. Have a bowl. That's Mayor Moxley. Mayor Sam Cunningham got this. Mayor Moxley got this. Mayor Sabanchin had this. And since 2006, y'all locked me up. I came home on vacation. I went back on probation. The state of Illinois destroyed property and evidence exposing the corruption in Maryland and Illinois courts. It's the best of both worlds. Lake County courts, Baltimore County courts, and Baltimore City courts. I'm going to hit you in the head 3 hard times. That's Judge Bennett. Everything that I'm telling you is in Judge Bennett's courtroom. And his clerk's off, David Kamenichi, plus that is sent over to the Department of Justice. I cross my T's and I dot my I's because I'm going to finish what I started. That's head State's Attorney Mosby. Mosby has had this information since 2014 at the NAACP Candidates Forum. Brian Frosh was there. John Cardens was there. Marilyn Mosby was there. Bilal was there. Nick Mosby was there. Brian Bafe was there. And I was there because I was running for office as a black Republican. I'm a black Republican. And I'm exposing the corruption in the Democratic Party. And Stephanie Rollins Blake, the head state's attorney, y'all been blocking and shielding the corruption. Y'all been denying me access to the court. Under the Constitution, I got access to the court. That's Governor Hogan, because Governor Hogan got this. That's why I be treating him the way I treat him. You can't sit here and say that you the governor for the state of Maryland and you get to choose who you be a governor for. We got issues of racist behavior in the courts and racism in the courts. Do blacks have rights in which white America respect? I am Dred Scott. Blacks have no rights in which white America respect because Governor Hogan ain't answered this letter yet. That's Ben Jealous. And you ain't getting out of this neither. Because when we had the debate, no, you had the candidate, you had a forum at the Baltimore Sun. It was about the death penalty. And I gave you information about the prison industry and mass incarceration. You and Scott Schellenberger was on the same stage. I ran Scott Schellenberger off and you accepted the paperwork. So you just as complacent with this as the Democratic Party. So we're going to go like this. Shorty, a champion for justice. You going to stand for something or you going to fall for anything. It's the best of both worlds. Shorty's barbecue on Falls Road. Shorty's barbecue in the streets. B. Gaddy on wheels. That means I got ownership. You feel me? Nobody got shares of Shorty. Period. Nobody got shares of Shorty. So I'm going to talk about Caminets. I'm going to show you that I sent this paperwork to Judge Turnbull. I'm going to show you that Scott Schellenberger had this information. I'm going to show you that the chief of police had this information. And we're going to show you that Greg Bernstein had it before Mosby. Because we got Bernstein out of office. Just like Dred Scott. I am Dred Scott. That's me. I'm the chairman, the president. I'm all that. All right? I'm on that. I'm Shorty's. And I've been in business since 97. Started in 98. This is my paperwork. I'm the board of directors. I'm a businessman, and I'm going to handle my business, man. That's Al Redmer, county executive. He running for county executive. Like I said, I'm a black Republican, and I'm sticking with the Republican Party to a degree. That's Al Redmer. That's my insurance policy. All right? Mutual company. All right? That's my insurance company. And I was Terrorism Risk Insurance Act 2010. I was insured against terrorism. So when you illegally charged me with terrorism in Illinois, my policy was in effect. My policy was in effect. That policy was paid while I was locked up in Illinois. Like I said, this is the Supreme Court, United States Supreme Court 2007. Because like I said, I was making a documentary about the corruption in your courts, and I informed the Supreme Court what I was doing. I asked for writ of certiorari to apply to bring this directly to the Supreme Court. In your reply, the submission referred by the Office of the Chief Justice in April of 2007. That's April of 2007. Y'all been locking me up since 2007 because I've been exposing you to the courts. All right? It is what it is. This book is on a PDF file. You can get all this information from the book. That's the law office of David Irwin. Because like I said, I work for David Irwin. On Pennsylvania Avenue. That's David Irwin. That's my store on Falls Road. Dear Dwayne Davis, you have asked my opinion. All right? And that's David Irwin's opinion. And the story that y'all ran on me in 2010, y'all said that I was a terrorist. Y'all said that I did all these horrific things. Well, this letter right here from 2007 says that I was innocent of those charges. You never retried me for them charges. So the media, Jane Miller, WBAL, Fox 45, WJZ, y'all knowingly lied to the public to support the corruption going on in the courts and the Democratic Party. Your media protects the corruption in the courts. And like I said, I want an audit, a federal audit in your courts. These are movie releases. Mad Kathleen Pugh got a move. So anything that I say about y'all, dispute it. Call me a liar. Because I'm just calling it the truth. These are movie releases. Because like I said, if you don't give me access to the court, I'm making this movie, this book, and then I'm going to sue you. I got everything that I put on the table is on the table. Y'all wanted to play games? Well, let's play games. Let's play truth. Let's play truth. Because here go truth. Schellenberger used his office to protect the corruption in the courts. He used his office to shield the corruption in the Democratic Party. You used your office to protect the Democratic Party. The police department worked with the state's attorney and the judges to incarcerate black Baltimore County residents. And it's a prime example. Judge Cox got it. That's Bank of America. That's my store. Shorty's Underground. Shorty's Underground. Like Harriet Tubman, like Frederick Douglass. It's the Underground Railroad. No, it's the Underground Rib Shack. These are the forged checks. Like I am Dred Scott. Those aren't my signatures because you see that I was incarcerated in Lake County, Illinois. If I was incarcerated in Lake County, Illinois, I couldn't assign those checks. I couldn't assign that check to James Hammond for rent for property that I don't own. 6308. See where I was at. I was testifying in front of the Lake County Board in 2008. I was testifying in front of the Lake County Board in 2008. These checks was written while I was locked up in jail. It's Governor O'Malley. The movie was about Governor O'Malley. It's called Letters Design. Letters to My President. Letters while I was written in jail. It was about your corruption in your Democratic Party and how he created the machine. Movie release. I'm an honored discharged veteran. I took an oath. My father took an oath. It's generational patriotism. Like I said, I'm a black Republican. I'm a patriot. But I've been defending a country that don't defend me. Being black and white America. See that? That's the Maryland Controller, Sidnor, Delegate, Glenn Morrow, Larry Lesser from the Department of Justice. I, Dwayne Javis. Alright? Jake's Grill. An audit. If you give an audit on Jake's Grill, you're going to see the corruption in the courts because checks were written to the state of Maryland and I didn't sign them checks. Checks was submitted to the state of Maryland and you got evidence exposing Jake Davis. These are the supporters of Shorty. It says right here, the state of Maryland to assist Shorty. The state of Maryland to assist Shorty. To my right of property. We're going to go with the 4th Amendment, the 5th Amendment, the 6th Amendment. We're going all the way to we're going with all this. Excessive bail. You held me illegally for 86 days in the state of Maryland. No bail. No bail. You violated the laws of the Constitution. And I used the Constitution to bring these issues to effect. The supporters of Shorty. I have a right to petition my governors, my senators, my congressmen, my elected officials to address issues that affect me directly as a citizen of the United States. Y'all got mad because I potty trained politicians. Y'all got mad because I got a right to vote. Y'all got mad because this Constitution don't work for black America. And I put it to a test. Shorty, champion of justice. Brian Frosh, I want 2 scoops of ice cream.